Traffic is backed up worse than my ex-boyfriend was after he ate a 2-pound block of cheddar cheese in one sitting. It's colder than Jack the Ripper's heart. The sun is so far gone, it's darker than the dark side of the moon. Everyone and their dog is traveling during the worst possible time of year for travel. Another storm rolls in, and they're stuck eating Cinnabon and Burger King with complete strangers at their gates because their flights are delayed again. All this frustration leaves people with an empathy deficit larger than our national debt, so they go out and slaughter trees and dress them up in the name of joy. This is the worst time for shopping, even just for necessities like food. My kids and I recently went food shopping, and the store was busy because holidays. We had the good fortune of getting the last cart the store had. Except it turned out that it was the last cart for a reason. Right in front of the jewelry counter where everyone dresses rich and has every hair perfectly groomed in place, a mom and her 2 kids with their hair blown every which way by the wind break down right in front of the engagement rings. The wheels lock up and this cart isn't going anywhere. I pull it back and the wheel twists around and now it will go forward, but only about 5 feet, and the wheels lock up again. Now, for those who are wondering why we just didn't go out to the lot to get another cart, there was the previously mentioned wind, and the fact that the carts in the lot are already being taken by other customers as well because Christmas. My daughters and I would have been wandering around that parking lot for 30 minutes like a merry-go-round, dodging flying street signs, semi-trucks, and moose while waiting for a cart that wasn't blowing away with them. Maybe someone's 17-foot pet python will escape again and we can add that to the mix as well. And if you're wondering why we went out when it was windy, well, 1, it wasn't windy where we live and we didn't know it was going to be windy there, and 2, this is Alaska. We have to travel in wind and on snow and ice. It's part of living here. If you only leave your house in good weather, you'll starve to death. So I contemplate the problem and decide to fix this the old-fashioned way. Violence. I dragged the cart into a secluded area between the pomegranates and the cranberries, and I whacked the crap out of those wheels with my boot. We continued shopping. Everything went splendidly for about 15 feet. We broke down again in front of the bananas, blocking traffic. I dragged the cart out of the way and a herd of people passed by. None of them have carts. I grabbed the bananas, apples, everything we needed in that aisle, and I piled them in the cart. The people around us knew that cart wasn't going anywhere. It almost became a relic. People reached over the cart and grabbed the bananas without even looking at it, as if it was just a shelf left in the way, which, considering that the wheels didn't work, it kind of was. We moved on, walking forward 5 feet, rolling back 1. We have to turn left between the onions and the broccoli. The lady to my left gives us the go-ahead to pass by her, but what we don't know then was that the cart was going to be even worse on turns. Now we're going forward 2 feet, roll back 1, go forward 2, roll back 1. I have to pick up the rear wheels and drag the cart over. People on the right are trying to pass by, but they can't. Our cart is completely blocking both directions of traffic. Why don't you just get another cart? This is the last one. We finally make it to a straight position again, and we sped up to 5 feet forward, 1 foot back. People behind us have learned the pace, and they match our rhythm because they can't pass us yet. The produce employees are watching this. It's probably the best entertainment they've had all week. I'm not sure what they were thinking. Maybe they were wondering if I was an idiot for not getting another cart. Maybe they were wondering if I broke it. Maybe they were contemplating helping me, but ultimately decided they better stick with stocking produce so they didn't have aggressive customers later. I want my sweet potatoes now! This is like a really bad Mario Kart game. When we finally made it to the meat department, familiar faces from produce celebrated. Yay, you made it to the back of the store! All that was missing was the fireworks and confetti.
Here you go.
So the moral of the story here is, 1, if you run a store, get your carts serviced by Halloween. And 2, never judge someone with a broken cart. It might be the only one available.